them. Because if police have stepped this thing up to change all these boys, all these things would have stopped. Look at what happened. American citizen was kidnapped in Niger and brought to Nigeria. This American military came from America and rescued the person in Nigeria here. What is happening here? We are just very, very tired of all these kind of stories. I don't know. The police are there. Army are there. Naval are there. What is happening? Air Force is there. Does it mean that all these boys is more powerful than the military? Or are they powerful than the police? What is happening? And the silence is getting out of hand. Yeah? How can people stay in their home without sleeping two eyes closed? Because of all this, boys, they are kidnapping, they are harming people, killing, robbing people, robbing. What is happening? So the police should step up. They should step up.
All right, Benson.
So that to end all this menace. Thank you so much.
Thank you. John is speaking to us from Ada George. John, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, please.
Yeah, you know, when you leave Port Harcourt and introduce yourself as a river guy, you stay in Port Harcourt, they look at you with one kind of disgusting look.
Really?
I advise my elder sister to send her daughter to school in Ignishu Sajuru University. She told me over her dead body that rather she go and learn trade than to go to school in Port Harcourt. I said, what happened? The level of cultism in Port Harcourt, in River State is normal. It's normal. It's like an association that every youth in River State belongs to. I say it's not true. It's just a picture.
Very, very false.
Dude, let me tell you. The evil that the politicians in River State have done to the youth is unimaginable. Whether you like it or not, everything you see happening today in River State has a political undertone to it. I have worked for you. I want to take this position. You can imagine abattoir that was used by a government, not commissioned. In fact, people have died because of that abattoir. You just begin to imagine what kind of life we choose to live.
So what exactly, John? Before I let you go, what exactly do you think is making these activities of these cult groups so brazen? Why are they not worried? What they don't seem deterred?
They don't need to be worried now. When you are a politician, you are a big man from a community. You need to have your voice. So those people now commit those acts, knowing fully well that one of their guards somewhere will come and bail them out. That is it.
John, thank you very much. If that truly is, what it is, I'm not saying it is, but then it then probably points to maybe the shortcomings of those in quote politicians, because no matter how much power you seek, you can't thrive if there's no peace. I'm very pleased to have read that book talking about Macbeth, the introduction there. Once again, it's a story about the crave for power and how dark a road some people can go. In this case, Macbeth is the fellow. Once again, please get the book and read with your children. Maybe that will help, clear some of these things. And then later on, I'm going to introduce you to Things Fall Apart by the very amiable Chinua Achebe. Late, by the way, just in case you didn't know. All right. WhatsApp now, 0809-030-6416. Good morning, Jude. These boys were giving arms, right? I can say I wasn't there. Were you? So they're giving for elections. Today, these arms have not been retrieved. Within 2 weeks now, crimes increase. So many persons are missing. Speaking of missing persons, that's our conversation from the 10 hour. 92.3. Hello, Podcast returns.
Talk radio. 92. Talk all the time.
to Hello Port Harcourt. My name is Jude Omamigbe, and this morning our starter is all about how businesses have been affected by this, in quote, clashes. Now, my question is, how and why have these groups and the activities become so brazen? Now, reports have it that some businesses were affected recently as some shops, were vandalized. And then people, which is probably the most shocking of all, people talking about motorists, private cars. This is not a question of, they were attacking buses. We're talking about everyday Rivers residents who were just driving through that area of my one, and they had their vehicles stopped. Not by police. This is not a legal checkpoint or what this was not police or groups. They just came up and started to harass you on the road. If you've been to you on more important things in this piece.
They start from so that you to revise and if you want to go down from 4 and want to enter the next night truck and one night you can down further down to police station. My one police people who gone ask and they are not the place work. They have no when they have to miss was caught from my bar. So keep my incident right to right and then with the first I move I don't know about
all right, one, turn the your race free from a real defamatory comment. If you see or hear it, please do not make substantiated claims and do not make comments that will be seen as inciting.
The views and opinions shared are not representation of Nigeria.
Numbers to call 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. The WhatsApp and Telegram number available on 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. That's the WhatsApp Telegram number. Please don't call that number. It's strictly for the reception of messages. Then please get on Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. On Twitter, Sunday Kunfa says they are organized and information taken to them by politicians and those in power. All right. Some level of organization. So how come in particular if they be so brilliant? What up right where on what says my brother the police will not go after boys. Why? Because these boys they harm them, they get them killed. For they know what the police use to people. The police do. This primarily is meant to protect your life and your property. Most of the time, as state police swinging action, like I say, arresting, having a show of force to deter crime and criminal elements. But this particular case is one of serious concern. And you may be sat down listening to it and like, oh, it concern you because you don't live in durable access. You're not in my 1 or my 3 or my 4. It's not your business. It's their business. But I think this should actually move away from just being, it's a common issue. It's not them. Not them, when they're there. No. It's not a them. Because these things can spill over. And if you listen to one of the comments earlier on, it also has a bad reputation on you. If you were to call, I don't know how many of you do not reside in Harcourt. And we hear that and you're like, no, it's not serious. But that's the thing, because that's here. The popular phrase for it is they are demarcating the state. Demarcating the state. So it's a serious call for concern that these actions and activities can be so brazenly done, very boldly. Come out, stop people in the evening, assault them. And then, more importantly, what's the next step in combating this particular scenario? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. All right, so the 3 numbers, use them, have the call screener attend to you, and then you'll be passed through to us here in the studio. WhatsApp and Telegram available on 0809-030-6416. George in Port Harcourt says it has started again. My problem is that the only profession that seems to be working in River State and with River State youth is crime. The government doesn't want to create jobs, etc. It is really bad. Many Rivers youth do not want to go to school, and I wonder how they eat. The River State that I know the River needs 3 years to clean up this problem. That's George. Yeah, that's a long time. You're 36 months. It's a very long time. So you're basically saying, George, and I think maybe I can understand, where you're coming from. It's not a day, conversation or something that can just be over and snap on your fingers. But you're talking about nearly 90%, if not so, right? Just about. that it take 3 years to eradicate or to deter or change the narrative. There has to be constructive, more fast-acting measures. Once again, this is in some areas. This is inside Port. It doesn't get any more Port Harcourt than Diobu. It really doesn't. It doesn't get any more Port Harcourt than Diobu. My 1 is there. Very popular market. My 3, very popular market. That access, you have the furniture shops along that road. So it's not too far off. Like I said, you should be concerned because it can spill. Reasons why it is linked: 1, no relevant position or direct family members live there, so no direct impact of the fracas on them to attract their attention. Really, that's not particularly true. But it's a perception. The police many times deliberately allow these boys, fight themselves so as to reduce their numbers before going in. Really. Most of these boys are friends to these policemen, and so the police decides to stay neutral in conflicts like this. The boys aren't scared of being arrested because their political bosses will come and bail them for free. But that's the thing. This notion, right, that, if they arrest me, I think it's maybe it's invalid, or maybe it has been validated in the past, but it shouldn't be, because if you're caught committing a crime against the state, there should be due process. It's not a question of who you know. No. If there's enough evidence to show that Jude slapped someone on the road, please by all means, take Jude to the police station. By all means. 91.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning, please.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I think why these guys are having that field is because the people of that environment allow these boys to operate.
Allow, you say?
Allow them to operate.
Why would anybody allow such kind of action?
In that street of Okuzo, you want to tell me there are not able-bodied men? There are no well-meaningful people. When these boys were seen, they came out and said, "Who are you? What are you doing here? Leave the street," or apprehend them and bring them to police station. I am telling you that the problem in Port Harcourt is I don't care. I don't care. They don't care. So they are just operating. Now them, now we do here, now we they do this. We should stop blaming the police. The police cannot handle what's going on in this country. The number of police is too small. We are even talking about one doctor to 10,000 people. Is it not so? How many thousand of police do we have? As I'm talking to you now, come to your street. You will not see a policeman, maybe except the one you have at your entrance. We, the people, what are we doing? We are the government. We keep blaming police, calling police, that accuse politicians as if these people are aliens. You that is complaining, what are you doing? What have you done for your street? These boys we see on the street, we know their parents, we know who they are. What have you done? Let me give you a case study in a Rema community, why an elder, why it is peaceful. If they notice that you are a kidnapper and you kidnap anybody, ask for ransom, they will reply, "We know your papa and your mama. If you don't release that person, the same thing will happen to your parents." It happened here in River State. We don't just fold our hands and complain. It's so annoying. You have the phone. You saw these people. Why didn't you call the police? You saw these people. Why don't you call the able-bodied men in your street? You people should come out and see these boys, what they are doing here. You fold your hands, sit down, hide under your wife's bed, tie a wrapper, pick up your phone and call and complain on radio station. What will radio station do? Until we go back to the way our fathers were living, how they protected their communities. In the days of our father, there are parents of certain people who will call our father. "Papa, come see these people in this street too." Before you know, Papa don't go call all his friends. Everybody don't come out. Which one are they do here? We use our bones then to test who is the strongest man in the community. On our fight, Abi, or you fight bone to bone, what we see. Not bottle to bottle or gun to gun.
We can't promote violence. There has to be
no, we are
ways.
not promoting violence. I'm talking how our parents were living and what brought security and what they're living like human beings. Not today. Everything we run away, we call a radio station. Everything we blame the police, we blame the politicians. What are we doing? Are there no able-bodied men, like I asked, in that street of Okuzo and other streets that all this nonsense are happening? Mr. Zion.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's get to Facebook now, facebook.com/Nigeria Info page. And we also get to Twitter, twitter.com/Nigeria Info PH. So these are the handles you should follow and indeed drop your comments and join the conversation. Now, this one's from Orwell Benedizion Jumbo. This is on Facebook. It says, yesterday I was driving from the NLNG jetty and I got to Waterlines. I saw two boys entering the vehicle of a young motorist and forcing him to settle with them or they'll take his car. I stopped and ordered the guys to come down from the vehicle or they will face me. They were shocked at my guts and left grumbling. The motorist thanked me and left, so I drove off. I am not a military man, but I am a concerned civilian with guts. Interesting. So you stopped and intervened, in what was obviously an extortion crime. Because there is no, I don't understand what, in quotes, they had to settle somebody for. Bara Emmanuel says, how will you buy guns for boys, all in the name of rigging election and preventing opposition from democratically exercising their franchise and expect the state to be at peace? River State will be hotter than it is because guns brought into the community boys who were busy intimidating River's electorate. Most of them have not been paid for the job they did. Now, see, this particular narrative, right, has been repeated. Right, it's repeated. Sometimes I like to believe it's probably overflogged. Now, this is not to say it's not true. However, barring a communique from the police who have probably carried out the investigation to state, okay, this is what it is or what is not, we can't actually say. We can't be certain. So this is not a question of allegations. This is more like rumors, right? Now, whether it's true, and I have to say this, that if you have watched how political dramas play all over the world, not just Nigeria, not just River State, all over the world, there is some credence to this. It's not unusual for politicians to, in quotes, dine with, unsavory, characters in a bid to, as it were, perpetuate, their rule or their mandate, whatever it is. It's not unusual. But it's usually a level of definitive proof after prosecution. So prosecution is not being carried out in this case. Maybe, just maybe, that's why they are so brazen. But, what does Jude know? Israel says their boldness is because these boys are sponsored by politicians. Yet again. To the security situation in River State is simple to diagnose to the extent that no crime can last beyond 3 months in any social climb without covert support, knowledge, and consent of the ruling class. It doesn't require rocket science to stem the tide of crime. Only a political will is needed. Okay. Political will is needed. Jude, good morning. It seems cultism has come to stay in River State. I think the CP should immediately redeploy officers that have stayed up to 3 months in a particular area. Even though the police is your friend, it is very wrong for a police officer to unnecessarily familiarize with a civilian. It brings little or no respect. That's from Americana from Ogbakri. Well, maybe that's the perception in these parts, because I know from studies and obviously reading reports, there are communities. There's something called community policing. I've seen communities where there's a particular police officer, whether it's a CP or DPO, who has been there for years. The people know him, they respect him. Not just Nigeria, but I mean all over the place. The man or the officers, have a friendly rapport with those people in the area. They can readily call and say, there's something here. So much so that because of that person or persons, right, in that area, crime actually gets deterred. Have you not heard of places where they say, no go that area. Now one DPO did that area, now they leave for that place. Or you get one person when in a military they stay there. There's a deterrent. So I really don't know. I can't. I understand this narrative. What's the name of this fellow, Americana from Ogbakri. I understand the narrative, okay? But I don't know. Maybe it has to be done on a case-by-case basis. It really has to be. 8 minutes left. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. Once again, please do well. Turn down the volume of your radio set when you call in. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. If you didn't see it or hear it, please do not make unsubstantiated claims, please.
This is 2.3 on Talk.
Is a problem in the state. You can never see police patrol at night making investigations. Authority review. Maybe you've seen patrol vans. I have seen not more to not free. Night. Yes, strategic locations. And I've also seen them like patrol, like night, and then you see these driving past. No light, not with the police warning lights or lights, but you can tell I've seen them patrol G at night, patrol at night. I've seen them patrol G, I've seen them patrol at night. Where's Alu at night? You could ask is, how frequent are the patrols? But to say that's a bit of development of Nigerian patrols. Kingsley, into us. Good morning.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Okay. Based on a topic on ground right now, Jude, you can understand that adage that our people always say. They begin when they cry, they point finger in one particular direction. If the mama do they there, papa they there. You can understand that all the time. It's going to be time to destroy all initiative around rivers to comb all these court boys and all their atrocities. Go back to those areas that were being destroyed. They have come back again.
Oh, really?
They have started operating again. And now go back to this youth axis. Is it that they are bigger than the police? No. But somebody is there playing the drum for them. That is why they can have the audacity to come out to the junction, block it, and start robbing people. And nobody talked, nobody said anything. It shows you that River State is very unsafe when you hear people say it. I don't know what to say more, but rather than the governor of the state needs to correct most of all these things before he leaves office. Otherwise, it becomes a very big issue. Thank you, Mr. Jude.
Well, thank you very much, Kingsley, speaking to us from LMA Access. Who empowers them, Jude? Who uses them? The monsters you groomed have come home to roost. Interesting. Now, these call boys it's a very long message. I'm trying to get some of the important bits. So these call boys are used by political players during and after elections who gave money to the various groups. Okay? The police know them, but the police are overwhelmed. So during the previous administration, they were flushed away because he led from the front. Where is the political will of the current governor? Some of these call boys, they are nationals, members of the assembly. What do you mean they're nationals? Or you mean they're patrons? What about the mayor of Falga and Lobia? But what are they doing? River State is now seen as a ghetto state in all ramifications, and it's very worrisome. Charles Cotterell. We have Winner from Rumigbo and Mufasa, who's in D-line waiting. Winner, good morning to you and welcome, please.
Oh, my baby.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, I want to speak on the issue of prostitution input or in River State or in Nigeria. Sorry, in life we have two things in life naturally, good and the bad. We don't have choice, that is nature. So what I'm trying to say that you can't force horse to go to the stream and drink water. You only force him to go to the stream, but you can't force him to take the water. So what I'm trying to say that everybody has his own way or role to play in life. Because if someone, the last caller said this, letting the governor. What I'm trying to say that you don't have to blame the governor because governor plays is an individual. What I'm trying to say that just we all have the mind to do what is good. The court picking, the court or grew up with you. They have things they are saying, but I don't believe that they are putting their future. Everyone owns his own life to live. What I'm trying to say that we individuals, we know those that they back down at the Port Harcourt, especially in Job.
Okay.
So they should fish them out. They stop blaming the governor or the leaders on the state. They don't have any. We, the masses, we should protect the interest of our living. So they stop blaming the governor whatever to fight that. The governor gave them ammunition after the election. They are fighting against the individual. They should stop putting those blames. That's the end of my concern.
All right, Mufasa, I don't know if you listened to the last caller winner. He says it's the masses, it's the people, that they shouldn't blame the police or the government, but they should be the ones to fish these individuals out. Do you agree, Mufasa?
Well, Jude, for me, I think, of course, the leadership of the state has a role to play, and to a large extent, the governor would have, done his part by providing logistic support for the police. I think that's the extent that the governor can do as somebody who does not have, complete control over the police. But my concern is this, you see, the police cannot tell us that these boys have more training, more equipment, and the case be in terms of arms and ammunition than the police. So most of these police formation, they have armored personal carrier. They have all that is required to fight crime, my brother. Now, is it that the police themselves, they equally compromised? Because there was something I heard, and I'm still trying to find out that true, that some of these police officers are equally members of these cult groups. Yes.
That's a very wild allegation.
Into these cult groups, to the extent that when they start fighting themselves, some of them becomes helpless because they can't take sides with, maybe a group that may be seen as, being a superior or an inferior, a faction. So I would want to still beg the police, because there was a time where we had similar case in Choba. I don't know if you remember when there was series of shootings.
Yes, that's about 2 years. Yes, 2 years ago.
Choba, this Uzob, and the Rumupara. I don't know if you could see. That was about 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years back. When the police wanted to act, they acted, and before you could even say Jack, most of those boys were smoked out from that, that place. So they shouldn't tell us that, these boys, don't want to surrender. You could imagine when they were telling us that 2 factions came to do peace talk and all of that. How could we even live in a society in this age and time? Courts will come out and begin to chase people away from their houses and their business centers, and at the end of the day, they'll tell us that they are doing peace talks as if it's a fight between one nation and another nation. So for me, the police, they should act, unless, of course, they want to tell us they are benefiting from what is happening in Job. These boys are just a handful of them. What sort of training do they have? Are they bigger or stronger than the police? The police do not even need the permission of the governor to fight crime. They should get these boys out of the streets.
All right, Mufasa there says they should get them out of the streets. And these are concerns. Once again, it may not be in your area, but still, it's a call for concern.
The show continues after this